Hi and welcome to the Vermiculite Cookery channel. So I am so excited about this particular project. I'm going to show you in a series of videos how to make the most amazing outdoor pizza oven. Now, unlike other videos that are on YouTube where people are basically just doing a build diary where they're building something for the first time, I've already produced one of these pizza ovens. I've worked out the construction, made sure the construction methods are sound, but more importantly, I've tested the actual finished product to make sure that it performs perfectly. So these videos are actually a second pizza oven which I'm going to build, where I'm actually going to improve even further on the first one that I made. So in this video, this is purely about the kit that you're going to need to bring it in budget, which is another great thing about this build, because this is going to cost you around £70 or roughly about $90 in order to produce an amazing outdoor pizza oven. So let's have a look now at all of the kit that you're going to need to source in order to produce this amazing pizza oven, and of course bring it in on budget. So before we actually look at the equipment or the kit that we're going to need to source for this project, let's have a look at the actual finished product itself. So this is a traditional design of outdoor pizza oven with the dome, the entrance tunnel sat at the front and the chimney sat on top of the entrance tunnel. The construction of the dome and the actual floor of the pizza oven is Vermiculite Concrete. But I've also produced these brick tiles or these brick slips. They can be quite expensive if you buy those, but I will show you how to actually produce these yourselves, which obviously keeps the cost down and brings the project in on budget. So the archway at the front of the pizza oven, this is just very cheap block paving. That's the same construction for the actual chimney. With regard to the door, so the charcoal barbecue, which was given to me for free, had two shelves, one either side. So I've taken one of those shelves and cut out for the actual door itself. Again, this will become part of the build video. I'll show you how to do that. And this is just part of an old broom handle. As I said, the inside, the actual dome and the floor is Vermiculite Concrete. Again, full video will show you how to actually do that. I'll even show as part of the series of videos how to make your own pizza peel. So this is just an old baking sheet which I found in the kitchen, and this handle is just part of the handle that we made for the door. Right, so the first thing we need to consider with this pizza oven build is actually producing two templates, one for the actual dome itself and the other one is for the floor. This is where you can save some real money, because if you've got access to free wood sheeting, then this will save about £19 from the actual budget. I didn't have access to that, so I had to purchase these. So the cheapest wood I could find in order to get a 1 meter across by 1.2 meter depth was to use loft packs. So these come in sheets like this in packs of 3 from Wicks. This is in the UK from Wicks. They were £8.50 a pack. So one loft pack for the actual pizza dome template and one pack for the base. Now, although these are not designed for exterior or the water to be placed onto them, we do cover these with plastic before we actually put the concrete on, so it's perfectly acceptable to use this type of material. The other thing we need to do with this template, so this is for the dome, is we need to raise this template off the floor by 33 centimeters or 13 inches. So I found this old length of wood in the garden, so that obviously didn't cost me anything. You can either do it this way, where we attach the wood to the actual sheeting, or just raise it up on bricks or anything else you've got. As long as you can get that depth and as long as you can support it well, then use anything that you've got to hand. Okay, so we need 2 sheets, 1 meter by 1 meter 20. or 3'3" by 4 foot. So the thing that we need to actually make the dome itself is a gym ball. So this is a gym ball from Decathlon. This is the largest gym ball they do. This is the extra large 76 centimeter gym ball, so we need one of those as well. I think this costs about £5. To make the actual tunnel front and back, so the form for the tunnel, which goes here, we need some of the loft pack or the wood sheeting, whatever you're using, to form the front and the back. And then to form the centre bit, we actually need flexible cutting boards, kitchen cutting boards. So this is what we need for the top of the actual tunnel, which is just these flexible, very cheap flexible cutting boards. So we've got a pack of these, a pack of 5 of these from B&M Bargains in the UK, which was I think £2.99. So we use those for both the top of the tunnel to form the shape for the top of the tunnel, but we also use them to go around the outline for the base. So this is the template for the base of the pizza oven, and what we use here is a series of nails. So we get a pack of nails, 50mm, about 2-inch nails, and put those at about 1 centimeter intervals all the way around the shape that we'll mark out. And again, I'll show you how to do all of this. And then we take, I think it takes about 2 of these flexible chopping boards, and we cut them into 4 centimeter strips, and they will then form an edging around the actual template where we can fill with vermiculite concrete. So for the actual vermiculite concrete, we need one 100-litre bag of vermiculite, and get the fine vermiculite. It comes in different grades. You need the fine vermiculite for this particular project. And we also need one 25-kilo bag of cement. If you can get it, get the refractory cement. I couldn't get that, and I'm not going to use that for this build, because when I've tested the actual construction of the pizza oven that we've already got, it hasn't cracked. So I'm going to go with standard Portland cement, but again, if you can get the refractory cement, just to be on the safe side, use that. So 100-litre bag of vermiculite, fine vermiculite, and one 25-kilo bag of cement. You're also going to need some chicken wire as well, just standard chicken wire, to create some reinforcement for both the dome and the actual base of the pizza oven. The only specialist piece of kit you're going to need is one of these, which is a Tyrolean gun or render gun. Now I picked this up off Gumtree for £10. I'm going to sell it once I've finished with it back onto Gumtree for about £10. So this is a real no-cost option. The reason that you need this is that when we're putting the vermiculite over the top of the gym ball, because the gym ball is flexible, if you do it by hand, then the vermiculite has a tendency to slip down towards the base, creating a much thicker wall at the base of the actual pizza oven dome than it is at the top. Whereas if we use something like this render gun or this Tyrolean gun, what it does, it flicks the vermiculite concrete onto the actual ball, so you don't physically have to touch it. It also gives a much better covering thickness, so you get a much more even thickness, wall thickness of the actual pizza dome itself if you use this. So again, you need to start looking for one of these. Personally, I wouldn't buy one new. There's plenty of them second-hand that are advertised in the free advertisement pages or on the internet. So that's a kit that we're going to need to do the actual dome and the floor of the pizza oven. To do the archway and the chimney around the tunnel, we're going to need block paving. So this is 50mm depth block paving, 2-inch depth block paving, relatively cheap, about 26 pence each. We're going to need 30 of these. Now I've used brindle for the actual base of the archway, and then a buff for the archway itself and the chimney. You can use whatever colour you like. So in order to actually manufacture the brick slips, and this is optional because you can just simply paint the dome if you want to with a good quality exterior paint, but I wanted to go the extra mile. So the things you're going to have to think about sourcing, one is the most expensive part, which is the condensation cure silicone, which is this to create the actual mold itself. Now the prices of that, I was just about to purchase 2 kilos of this, which is what you're going to need. You're going to need a 2 kilo pack for £32, and then I saw it on a site outside of the usual sites like eBay for £20. So do your homework, do your research, because you need to get that as cheap as possible. The actual frame for making the mold, old piece of perspex and some wood. So I found those in the garden, you can get those from anywhere. With regard to colouring the actual cement itself, so we're obviously going to need some sand and cement, just standard builder's sand and cement. I've used 2 colours, 2 cement colours, one is red and the other is black. So the red actually goes into the cement to create the base colour, and then the black just gets dabbed into the actual condensation cure silicone mould before the cement gets poured in, and that just gives like a mottled effect, makes it more realistic. The other thing you're going to need to source is some blue tack. That's really cheap to buy. A pointing gun or a mastic gun. This was from Aldi's, I think it was about £3.99. And also 4 tubs of fire cement. This is 2 kilo fire cement. Got this from Screwfix in the UK, and this was £3.89 I think per tub. Try and get that again as cheaply as you possibly can. Okay, so that's the end of this video. There's certainly a lot to think about and a lot of products to source. Try and be as inventive as possible with your sourcing. Ask around friends and family. They may have things lying about the garden that will be suitable for this job that you can actually pick up for free. We will start the build of the pizza oven in the next few days, so you do have a few days to source the kit that we've gone through if you want to build as we're actually producing the videos. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, please hit the like button. Thank you very much for watching.